There you go, welcome to part 2 of my rant. I just left off with the story about the criminal I saved that night for almost being beaten to death by a mob of white guys. And the reason I did that was to save the white guys for getting into trouble if that man died. So people understand, and I'm still using the term policeman as if I was in the police. In my heart, I will always be a policeman. My loyalty will always be to the police. So if I say, or it sounds like I'm still in the police, I'm not. It's many years that I'm out, even though I see those guys as still my brothers. There's still some very good men and women in blue trying their utmost to help people, but due to political climate, they make it impossible for us. We'll get to that in a second. So it's not that I am for criminals. I am trying to help people. There were so many situations that we were in that we as police officers wanted to wring some necks, to really hurt the criminals. But we also have a duty. We also need to serve the community in a sense that there is justice. Okay. The justice system is broken. I myself arrested one, okay, I'm going to say the color again, black man for housebreaking and theft in one day 3 times. I catch him while he's breaking in, I arrest him, I take him to jail, I book him in, go through all that paperwork, his lawyer comes, gets bail for him, he walks from the police station and goes and break into the next house. I go, I catch him, we do the process all over again, lawyer comes, get him out, takes him, gets him off. 3 times in one day, one guy I arrested. The police are working their asses off, but the justice system, which is run by the government, is broken and people get scot-free. I had a question where that farm attack video I made, the lady said, a lady asked me how many years did they get. They were supposed to get life sentences, 20 years, and even if they get that amount of time, they will be out next week. Why? Because the justice system is broken. Again, the police work hard. They try their best, but the lawyers and all that come and they get the guys off and they go out. How it works as a policeman is when you want a promotion, when you qualify for promotion, you are not allowed to have any cases against you. Now, we arrest someone. That person feels that we were too rough with him or that he was hurt or whatever, and he makes a case against you. As soon as he makes a case against you, they withhold your promotion, but in the same time, your boss tells you, you must make arrest, you must make arrest. So you make the arrest, they make a case against you, promotion. So it takes so long for a policeman to get promoted or to get somewhere. And that's why then the criminals come and they offer the policeman more money, and that then dockets get thrown away, evidence get lost, and so on and so on and so on. You can imagine why. Because criminals can pay the police more than the government is willing, or all the red tape that the police needs to go through. There was a lady that asked me about drugs. Whoa, drugs is a major problem. But again, the drug dealers have more money, pays the police, evidence gets lost, drug people go free. It's a vicious cycle. The whole justice system is broken in South Africa. I don't know what else to say about it, but there's so much stories I wanted to share, and it feels good to talk about it. But for me, it's easier to talk to people about, or to talk to unbelievers about Jesus, tell unbelievers about His love, than it is just to let my own people understand what is going on, because we are so caught up in the past that bitterness has seeped into our hearts, and we can't seem to break free from this. The solution for our problem in South Africa is this. Again, my opinion. Every time the Israelites did God's will, He blessed them, He kept them. But then the Israelites went off and do their own things, bringing their own ideas, how they want to live. And God says, okay, I gave you a set of rules. You don't want to follow my rules? I'll give you over to a heathen nation. You don't want to listen to me? Then go listen to him. That is what God is doing in South Africa. We were a Christian nation. We honored God. We followed Him. And then we start doing our own way. Became woke. Abortion is right. Doing this, doing that. And God says, okay, you don't want to listen to me. I'm going to give you into the hands of the heathen. And that is where we are today. Whether you like it or not. Whether